Hit it. Greetings, everyone. This is Stirring It Up with Chef Bee. We are live at Ewe Fresh, and today I want to take you to Thailand. So let me tell you the inspiration for the dish that we're going to be preparing today. You know, everybody is trying to eat well. It's the new year. They're trying to go low carb. They're trying to just be a little bit better with their diet. And one of the things that I really enjoy is Asian food. I really enjoy Thai food in particular. So I figured, you know what, let's make a Thai noodle dish, but instead of using the regular starch, the rice noodles, or things of that nature, let's use some zucchini noodles. So I'm going to actually show you how to make some zucchini noodles today. So even though it's a carb, it's a healthy carb, and it's not going to raise your blood sugar very quickly. It's going to be, you know, like a slow burning carb. All right, so today we're going to be making a Thai peanut noodle, and we're using zucchini as our noodle, and we're also going to be adding in there a little bit of ginger and lime essential oils. All right, so we're going to go on ahead and get started. So when you're dealing in Thailand, Thailand has a lot of ingredients in the food. So I'm just going to kind of go over some of the things that we're going to be putting in this noodle dish. We have green onions. We have baked tofu. And just a word about the tofu. I know people are a little nervous about tofu these days, and I don't really think that you should be worried. I think that tofu is awesome, but you definitely want to make sure that you are not eating a lot of it, and you want to eat the best quality tofu. So I found this particular brand. This is Wildwood Organic, so it's non-GMO. It's already baked. And, you know, if you're going to do tofu or really just a lot of vegetables, you know, things that you're a little concerned about, just make sure that it's organic, in particular tofu. So we try to find sprouted organic tofu. So this one is already hooked up for us, and we're going to add. We also have some fresh garlic. All right, so I chopped up the garlic. Garlic adds a really beautiful flavor to Asian food. We have some cilantro. We also have some organic peppers. We have little baby peppers here that I cut up into small pieces. And we also have some mung bean sprouts. So sprouts are super good for you. A lot of energy. It gives you a lot of protein and a lot of enzymes. We also have some shiitake mushrooms, and these are organic shiitake mushrooms. Shiitake mushrooms go really, really well with Asian food. We also have here some carrots. All right, and I use this awesome little device here to shred the carrots into these little pieces. So really, really nice. We also have here some Napa cabbage, and this is organic as well. It's not the regular cabbage. The regular cabbage can be a little bit tougher. This is a cabbage that you will often find in Asian dishes and soups and stir fries because it's very, very tender. And then, of course, we have our trusted wok. So I'm going to actually turn the heat up on this one. And what I'm using in the wok to give it some really good flavor, I'm using my toasted sesame oil. I love sesame oil, and toasted sesame oil has really, really nice flavor. It really just turns the volume up on Asian cuisine, and a little goes a long way, as with most oils, right? So I'm going to, while that's heating up, I'm going to pop this open and add about a tablespoon in here, okay? So Asian food, y'all, I love Chinese food, I love Thai food, I love all Asian food. It's so good. But I also have to be mindful of the salt, right? So I'm gonna show you a little trick that I did. This is not gonna be a very savory dish. I mean, if you can handle savory, you can definitely do so, but we're gonna talk about some of the sauces that we're putting in here just to add some really good flavor to it. All right, so this is heating up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna add some onions. I'm gonna add the onions, and I'm also gonna add the garlic just to start flavoring my pot. All right. And you can already start smelling this. And then we're gonna cover it, all right? So it's doing its thing, all right? Then what we're also going to do, we're going to add in a little bit of peanut butter. A little bit of peanut butter, and we're gonna add it in after we put in the mushrooms. Because the peanut butter is gonna give us a really nice rich flavor. And then we're gonna add something to that as well. All right, so I'm gonna add the shiitake mushrooms. Stems and all. And what happens is shiitake mushrooms and mushrooms in general, what they do is they really just, they suck up flavor, right? So they take on the flavor of whatever you give it. They're sponges, right? And so we're gonna put that there. And then now what we're gonna also add in here is a little bit of peanut butter. So this is some organic peanut butter that we got from the market. Just gonna add in here about a tablespoon. All right. So what kind of Asian foods do y'all like out there? I know there's a bunch of things that have come on the market. There's Korean barbecue, definitely sushi, there's pho, right? There's hot pots. There's all sorts of cool things that you can eat Asian that's not gonna be, too salty for you, because one of the things that you do have to be mindful for when you're eating Asian is the salt. The sodium content can be a little much sometimes.
One person said curries.
Curries, yes. So Thai, you have those beautiful green curries, and one of our favorites at home is masaman curry. So yes, I'm all about the curries. All right, so while that's doing its thing, I'm gonna tell you about what's in this jar. So have you guys ever seen this? This is tamarind. I went to the farmer's market and I got me some tamarind. All right, so this is tamarind that's sweet. This comes from Southeast Asia, and this is what it looks like when you open it up, and it's very sweet. Now in Guyana and the Caribbean, they do have tamarind. Sometimes they're sweet, but oftentimes they're very tangy. All right, so just imagine you take this out, and what I did was I soaked maybe 3 of these pods and I removed the pits. Okay, what I did was I actually made my own tamarind sauce, and the tamarind sauce is gonna go in here. The reason why I did that was because when I went to the market and I was looking for tamarind sauces, the sodium content was very high and the sugar content was very high. And so I said, you know what, let me just go on ahead and make my own, and that way I can control the ingredients. So all you do is you take some water, you soak it, and then what you can do is you blend it in the blender, and then you can reduce it on the pot, in a pot, just so that you can get it nice and thick. So we're gonna add this. All right. And it's gonna give it really beautiful flavor. And you guys can already, well, you don't have smell-o-vision, but the folks here can already start smelling this. All right. So now what we're also gonna add in here, we're gonna add our peppers. All right. We're gonna add our peppers. This is a very quick dish. We're gonna add our cabbage. I'm just gonna put this down. And look at what I have underneath here. I have some arugula. I love my arugula. We're gonna actually put that in at the end. We're gonna have that in the final presentation of our dish. All right, so I'm gonna let this, I want this to be crunchy. I want my vegetables to not be overcooked or mushy. So we're gonna add in some carrots. All right. And then we're also gonna add in the tofu. Okay. And while that's doing its thing, it's kind of sizzling away, I'm gonna turn this up a little bit more. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna add a little bit of sesame oil, just a little bit more, because that nutty flavor, I really like that nutty flavor. Okay? All right, now I'm gonna cover this, and then I'm gonna show you how to make the zucchini noodles. Real easy, really wonderful. You're gonna like, oh. All right. So come on over here to us. All right, so lately, you know, if you go to the like Whole Foods or you go to even your neighborhood grocery store, in little containers, you're finding these alternative to, you know, the wheat noodles, because, you know, we have people who have gluten intolerance. They have all sorts of challenges with digesting the regular pastas out there. So there's beet noodles, there's butternut squash noodles, there's sweet potato noodles, there's zucchini noodles. And one of the ways that they're making the noodles is through these various devices. So this is, I got this, I've had this for a very long time, but this is a spiralizer, okay? And the spiralizer helps you to make noodles. You can make fettuccine with them. They have different attachments. You can make like little lasagna sheets. It's really cool. But if you're someone that really wants to keep your carb levels low, this would be an awesome alternative for you. All right, so this is how you do it. So I'm gonna take my zucchini and I'm gonna cut the end off, and I'm gonna actually cut it off straight. So we cut it off very straight, and then I'm gonna cut off the other side very straight. So I like, when I know that I'm gonna do zucchini noodles, I try to get zucchinis that are really, really straight, because look at this one. This one's kind of curved. So sometimes it's a little difficult to get it in the machine, but because this is straight, it's going to be really, really simple to process. All right, so then I'm going to attach on one side, and then on the other side, the zucchini, all right? And then what we're going to do, let me put this here so I can catch it. I'm going to process my zucchini. So sometimes, you know, with the old machines, there's no electricity. You got to put some muscle into it. But look at that. I'm making pasta. I'm making pasta. All right. Now, I've already made some, so I'm just adding this to our little batch, like so. Okay. And you just keep going until you're all the way done. Notice that you have like a little tube in the middle. But that's okay. We're going to eat that. We don't waste any vegetables. All right, there we go. So here we go. This is our zucchini noodles. Look at how pretty that is. Look at that. Right? Gorge. Right? And that's it. And then, of course, you can snack on the little tube that's in the middle there. All right. So I'm not going to use this one because, like I said, it's not straight. But I want to use this in our Thai noodle dish. All right. So look, things are coming together. I want to let it do its thing. All right, this looks amazing. It smells good, it looks good, it's yummy. So I'm gonna actually add a little bit of cilantro to this. And the other little trick that I have when I'm making zucchini noodles, we don't want to put it in and really cook it through. Because what happens is it makes water. And if we put it in and cook it through, it's going to actually make a lot of water. And we don't want to do that, okay? We just want this thing to warm. And we want it to stay nice and crunchy. And really get the flavors in there. We don't want it to get mushy at all. All right. So before I add the zucchini noodles, the last two things I'm gonna add some ginger and some lime essential oil. So in Thai dishes, lime is, it just gives a really wonderful flavor. So I'm just gonna add 1, 2, that was a little bit more than 2 drops of my lime essential oil, and then I'm gonna also add ginger. All right, so like I said, you know, my thing is, why not use the essential oil rather than cutting up the ginger? You gotta skin the ginger, you gotta cut it up. Sometimes the pieces are too big. This is gonna help to incorporate the flavor of the ginger, the essential oil throughout the dish, and it's gonna be lovely. All right, so the last couple things I'm gonna add, just a little bit of Himalayan salt. This is actually a healthy salt. It has trace minerals in there. All right, it's mineralized, so that's good. And then I'm gonna also add a little bit of my Chinese spice. I always tell folks that my mom, she's the one that taught me how to cook. And one of the things that you do when you're making Asian food is you add Chinese fried spice. Okay? So this is almost there, you know? And now we're gonna add this. Now I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna actually tear these up a little bit because the noodles are kind of long. See that? The noodles are kind of long, so I'm just going to break them apart. All right, just so that we can manage them when we're eating them. They're not these long noodles. All right, and then we do have some shorter ones, which is kind of nice. Okay. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn down the fire on this, and I'm going to toss this. Look how pretty that looks. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. I wish y'all could smell this. All right. So, you know, in the new year, there's all sorts of healthy options for folks. You know, you don't have to eat high carb. You don't have to, you know, be bad, really. You have all these amazing alternatives to just help you to stay on track. And then really, if there are things that you truly enjoy, like let's say Thai, you can do something like this, which will, you know, give you the opportunity to enjoy something that you really, really like, but then it's in a healthier way. Look how pretty that looks. Very, very pretty. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just add the last little bit of our tamarind sauce. Okay. So pretty. Toss this together, like so. And really what you want to do is you really want to consider thinking about your salt intake and your sugar intake, right? Because we don't want to have these blood sugar spikes, and we really want to try to keep our sodium intake lower than 1,500 milligrams per day. So this is our dish. This is our dish. Now let me show you how I'm gonna plate it. So I have some arugula here. And what we're going to do, I'll put that right here. We have some arugula. And what we're going to do, make sure this is incorporated lovely. And then what we're going to do is just grab some. Come on. There we go. So we have these long noodles, so I'm gonna have to just grab a whole lot more. There we go. And then put this here. And then what we're gonna also do to add cilantro, like so. And a little bit of our green onions, like so. Now look at this, bam. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that gorgeous? We went to Thailand. This is an awesome dish that you can make at home. You can go to a restaurant and see something like this, but you can make this at home. So with these veggie spiralizers, you can actually find the veggie spiralizers at the store, Target. You can find them online. You know what I'm saying? There's the veggie bullet. There's this one. This is called this is just called the spiralizer. Also, KitchenAid has an attachment. I mean, there's just so many of these different devices for you to process your noodles. So I want you to try it and then tell me what you think. But this is our Thai peanut noodle using zucchinis. And we also added in our ginger and lime essential oil. All right? So next week we'll be back here. We're gonna be here with Coach Cara, back here at 1 o'clock at Eat Fresh. And we're gonna be talking about alkaline foods. And once again, I know that there's many of us who are trying different things in the new year. We're trying to eat better. So Coach Cara is gonna be on telling us all about alkaline foods and how that can help you to detox and help you to lose weight. All right, y'all, I'm about to eat. Thanks so much for coming here and checking us out. And we'll see you next week at 1 o'clock at Iwi Fresh. Stirring it up. Peace.